team.
Well,
This amazing team.
and we'll have a few. But most of my team here in Indiana, Thursday nights are like family nights, and so they always watch. They always watch the replay. But now that we've got that kind of figured out, it's all good, right?
Yeah, you get it when you can, and who needs to be here will be it and catch it on the backside.
Exactly. So, well, I was telling Dawn 15 minutes ago I had no internet, no recording. And I'm like, what? I mean, why is it not? I mean, so I just went down, turned it off, turned it back on, and it popped back up. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Always something,
Good.
I've been out in the barn and horses and all day. So that was the last thing I needed. Oh my goodness. But it's all good.
Got to keep us on our toes, right?
I know, right? Right.
I'm making Madden a cup of noodles real quick. That's why I'm looking down and walking around to get him situated.
Oh, I know. I did a call and we did Facebook Messenger today, and I'm like, don't mind me, you guys. I'm walking around in the barn. I gotta. There's things I gotta do. Those are the important things, right?
That's what's great. Exactly. Okay, let's see. Then it's gonna be really hot. Really, really hot. Okay. All right. I'm gonna be right over here, okay? Yes. Hot dog, ice cube, it's all the same.
Right. I'm super excited. I want to introduce you to the team. So,
yes.
That we have so many new people on here, and so I'm just going to do a quick introduction. So, I want everyone to meet Stephanie Wood. Stephanie is an executive. She is in the Salem, Oregon area, next to the Castronovos. And I would love for her to share her quick story and her business story as well, because Kat kind of shared how you two started this together. And then I know that you talked to Kala Stadell and you got some great information from her that you would love to pass on to my team.
Yes. Well, just, whether you're catching this live or the replay, I'm so excited to meet you guys. I really want to see your little faces of the new people. I know Dawn and I know Jerry. And it's so good to see you guys here. I get to see Dawn and Leslie weekly on our hi Jerry. I get to see them weekly, and so it's so fun, and so I just will catch you guys, at the next event or see you on another Zoom or what have you. But yeah, thanks Leslie for having me on. And gosh, my story started when Madden, who I just gave a cup of noodles, was 5 months old, and he's 9. So it's really, really crazy. I was working in corporate America, and it was funny, I had a preterm labor with him, and it was just touch and go from like 24 weeks. And at that time, I loved my job. It was amazing. I think it was just a killer job, made good money, had good benefits. But I remember when I had to go on bed rest, I just remember looking and thinking of like, what's the next invention I can come up with so that I don't have to go to work and leave this kid when I have him. And I was already leaving my daughter so many times, her whole toddlerhood and babyhood, that I just was like, with him, I just was like, I don't want to have to go back to an office. I don't want to leave this boy and when I have him. And so I was thinking of the next um, amazing invention. It was going to be like this boppy that you know the boppy pillows, but the ones like you would put it in the bath, right? So it was like a bath boppy. And I had it all set, and Rick was like, "Oh, okay, here we go." Steph's got her like inventor hat on, and she's dreaming, dreaming big. And then I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much work, so much money." And then I started looking for like at home opportunities. And I'm like, oh, scam, scam, scam. You have to buy into this scam. So this is all leading up to like finding Singular. And my weight loss helped me find Singular. I had my son and I was still in maternity jeans at 5 months. And I was I've always struggled with my weight. I was a professional dancer, ballerina, and musical theater. And I actually had to give up my career because I literally just could not eat to manage my weight. And it was horrible. I really was just like a number that wasn't good enough or low enough, or I mean, it was just constant bashing of how I looked, how I just had like a self worth of negative anything. And so I found Singular and I thought, scam, total scam, weight loss, business, no way. But I was desperate. And I did like a couple of the things that I had heard when I heard about Singular was like real food, plant based, 100% money back guaranteed. So that's the only reason why I tried it. And when I got on, I within 20 minutes felt like a mental clarity and focus, energy, a happy that I had not remembered feeling. I mean, I have lived in depression my whole life since I can remember, in black holes. And I just felt happy. And that was so amazing to me. I put that on Facebook, didn't want to do the business, remember? And everyone was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And so that's kind of how the business started. I just started sharing. And I lost almost 7 pounds in my first week. And that month I was down almost 10 pounds. And I have hypothyroid. So for me, to lose 5 pounds and keep it off for 2 days was like a miracle. So that was huge. Um, and then in 7 weeks, I was down 16 pounds, 15 inches. And I lost a total of 23, kept it off for 9 years now. But the best part for me was I have a relationship with myself and with food that I've never ever had before. It's no longer the devil. I'm no longer like the worst person on this face of the earth. I I've really learned to love myself again. That it's perfect is something that who cares? Like what is perfect? I just had such a warped sense of what that was because I was judged so much my whole life that Singular basically it helped me, it was like a tool for me to find myself again. Who is Stephanie? So it's been an amazing journey, like mentally, spiritually, and physically. Um, I had horrible health issues too, and I've done a 360 with those, and I was on a slew of medications, and just happy to find a plant-based solution for those. So that's my story with that. And like I said, I was skeptical about the business. Tammy is my sponsor, and I didn't know her from Adam, and she told me about the business opportunity. And I was like, no, 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 I'm not doing that. No, no. And so she said, well, and this is something key that I think that you guys can take from this is that she said, well, I know you don't have time, you don't want to do the business, but if I know this is a stretch for you. I know you had to push out a hair appointment. I know you sold some stuff on Craigslist to be able to afford this. If you are having great results and people are asking you, you could 4 people and you'll have your products paid for. Well, that like sat in my head the entire 8 day. And when I was feeling so good and I was down the weight, I already had my 5 people. I was like, Noelle, my mom, my cousin, or my aunt, Sarah, Katrina, like I had my 5. And on day 9, I messaged my 5. Just, they didn't teach us that back then. I just did it because Tammy planted that in my head. And they all wanted to get started. And then through the Facebook stuff, I had 10 people start in the first 30 days and made $750, I think it was. And then my husband wanted to do it. And he lost 15 pounds, 15 inches. He's down a total of 37. He's kept that off for like 7 years. He didn't hop on until I was a couple years into it, like full on. And the business just grew from, it was those calls with Freddie, really, and Troy that Tammy brought me in on that really got me. Had it just been Tammy, God love her, but I didn't get the whole vision from it with just her. It was, I always say it's like the trifecta. And I remember Freddie, I was sitting in my office at work, and at that time I was waking up, you guys, at 3:30 in the morning to get ready, showered, so I could get in and feed Madden before I left at 4:30. And I was at work by 5. I would work a 10-hour, 10-hour, get off at 3, and then I would come home, have 2, almost 3 hours with the kids, and then I went off to rehearsal for 3 more hours. So that was my day, Monday through Friday. So I had no time at all, and I had 2 other businesses. I had a merchant services business and a retail business I ran as well. So no time, but I remember sitting there and I'm just like so tired. I mean, so tired. And I'm like thinking about all the things that Madden's doing at 6 months. He's rolling over, he's doing all these things that I was missing. And he just tapped into like, gosh, you must miss him right now. Like your little baby's at home, and he was like talking about how he wasn't at home with his kids. And I was just like, yeah, it sucks. He's like, wouldn't you want to be at home? And I'm like, yeah. And here I was, remember, trying to think of like inventions and and a stay-at-home scam job, and I'm thinking, okay, this is weird, but okay, yeah. And he just like was like, Steph, you could do this. You could make it extra. What do you need? I'm like, I need 2,500 to come home and to justify it. We can get everything else through my husband. And he's like, let's do it. So we grew that. And then I left. I finally was able to leave, but I was still working like around the clock. I was marketing consulting on the side and doing this and raising the kids. And then my husband lost his job. So everything was on me. Everything we lost. Everything we lost. Health insurance. We lost our life insurance and our 401 and everything. I mean, employee meals, everything. And so I just at that time was like, I want to see what I can do with this business. So then I started to really build the business, and it was like when Kathleen and I were on a roll. I mean, I went from director to platinum in like 4 months. I mean, I was the one on the call. Like Mark Walker would be like, Stephanie Wood, there she goes again. It was like it was like the heyday of everything. It just kind of totally grew. And then I sat at platinum for 2 years. And then Kathleen passed me, which was awesome. That she passed me, and then finally, I hit a year later. And so it's just been a huge journey with the business. But it allowed, that all allowed my husband to stay home with us and for him to find a perfect job and for us to not have to relocate or lose our houses or our cars. It really helped us be able to pay the bills and to still have mom at home, and allow us just not to have to totally like relocate or completely him take a whole new career path. So he is now back to work full time, which is awesome. He's been part-time for the last 5 years, and we've been paying, Singular has helped us live comfortably and be able to pay for health insurance out of pocket. And do all these things. Although after you're doing all that, you're like, oh, we have nothing left. But Singular's really helped us just be in the life that we've had, that we've lived these last 9 years. So, and then the trips have been awesome, and we did Dubai last November, and Cancun and Costa Rica, and all those awesome lifestyle trips. We took the kids when they were 2 and 5. We took them to the Caribbean cruise, which was super fun. So we've had a lot of life experiences through Singular. And then, of course, the team. I mean, the team has been amazing, amazing, like family, such amazing family. Um, Kala and I go way back to the very, very beginning of this company. I came in a year after everyone else had that basically started. And I remember meeting her in Vegas. And then she actually came down, her and Freddie came down, and Mark Walker, to open up San Diego with Kathleen. There was like 2 guests, you guys, and all of these people flew in to help me open up San Diego. The most, I was like, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm sorry. But Kala has been amazing from the very beginning, from that, coming to that, to just, out of the blue, she called me on Monday or Tuesday, I don't know what day it was. Maybe it was yesterday morning. And she doesn't have to do that, she's Kala, like, but it was such a blessing. It was such a gift from God. We had the best talk, and you think Kala, $5 million earner, probably on her way to 6, is doesn't have the same struggles that we do. And the truth is that she has the very same struggles that we do. She had told me, she get kind of, when the Founders Club was where it was, the last couple of years, she said, you know what? I told corporate, I'm not going for that. I'm not going to build managers. I'm going to build executives. Like, I'm not going to hit that. And so that's why this year she's like, I'm so excited because we are building, we're doing our front 4. But she said the thing is that it's often not going to be your front line or your second line. Sometimes it's going to be your 5th, 6th, 7th. It's going to be, she's like, so that's why I'm building executive teams. And I don't even look, so, her thing is, look to see who you have that is working and work with them. Doesn't matter where they're at. So that was like a huge thing, eye opener, that even Kala, with all the executives she has, they may not be her first level. They're other levels down. What else did I get from her? I feel like I got so much from her, but that was like the biggest thing that we talked about. And then she was talking about, we were talking about the one last question and that whole thing. And she was saying, like, they don't even really talk about distributor or anything. Like, if it's not a done deal, she says that they do it on day 9. They just do a celebration call and go, you know what? You're totally rocking it. We're going to upgrade you now. She goes, I don't want to eat into that 30-day. So I thought that was really, okay, bud. No, I don't know where it is. So I thought that was really cool too. But yeah, what else do you want me to share, Leslie?
So I think that's one of the things that we talked about too. We were talking, let's see. Okay, so consistency on, I think, the biggest thing is that we talk about, like, in the leadership, is consistency with the 3 daily dues, right? We talk about, and I think that if you could share, like, the team and how adding those 200 people here and 200 people there and 1,200 people here, how it has blown up the businesses. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're looking for a rebirth at all, I mean, the surefire way is go add 200 people in, and you know, feed on the the Facebook frenzy posts that we have in Sneak Peek, and getting people, tag your people. If they're a member, it doesn't matter, and just tag them and say, you know, give them a heads up on that, because that has been so huge for me the past 2 months since I did the sample post. I have a whole new front line kind of like simmering, you know, because of that. And these people did not want to sign up. They just gave me their referrals, and then by like number 3 and number 4 and number 5, they're like upgrading and finally doing it. Well, now I have their front line that should be their front line already signed up, and they're wanting to sign up people. So it's so huge, that opportunity is so huge. Don't shy away from from doing that, from leveraging your warm markets. And the consistency is so huge. You can't, I would say in this business, you cannot be in and out, because in this business, everyone's in and out. They're looking for the person who is constantly there through thick, through thin, you know? So you've got to be consistent daily. And so I always say, if you can't do everything, do the most important. And the most important might be the daily do's, you know, make a post on Facebook, add 10 friends into Facebook or into Sneak Peek, and message 5 new friends, you know, because adding into Sneak Peek and messaging new friends, that is going to build your funnel. So even if you just did that 5 days a week, 4 weeks out of the month, you know, average, you're going to have, a good funnel. It's when we stop filling the funnel that we will dry up, and it will catch up. It did catch up with me, and I had to really go back and say, stop, stop managing, stop going back to the same people you've been following up on with 9 years, the same people. You got to get new people in there. And so finally I just focused on, if it was a really tough day and we had too much going on, it was like, I'm going to do those 3 things that are going to fill my funnel. So you can go to your IPA sheet and circle those things or highlight them, and just make sure that you hit those before you hit anything else, and then get the rest in. So
Awesome. Yeah.
Do that. Do the sample post. Do the 10 pounds. If you could lose 10 pounds in a month. I haven't done that one yet, because I am like, I got to be locked and loaded and ready for it. But I'm just hearing amazing things about those. And I think the power of just getting people to add into Sneak Peek is, we're seeing it. It's huge.
Right.
Right? I mean, you're
You
seeing it.
Yeah, you talked too about, and I haven't seen anybody post it, but I think that it was how they could make like $2,100 this month. So if they get their quick start, and then they hit manager, you know, all of that. And I think that we talked a little bit about that, as far as who wants to earn $2,200 this month and lose 10 pounds a month. So have you done that yet, or are you thinking about doing that, or just kind of like?
I am. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, and I'm like, oh, yes. I mean, I think it would be an awesome post. So yeah, it would just be something super simple, like, you know, I'm looking for 3 people that want to make up to $2,100 this month and lose an, average of 10 to 15 pounds in 30 days, or something like that, you know, and just see what you get. Gosh, if you got one, and they went for it, or at least it would open up some eyes of, I mean, shoot, if you had anybody just going for it and they all got 4 and made their $300, that's good too. So I have not put that together yet, but I definitely would like
Well, when
to.
you do, would you mind putting it in our chat thread in my front line for me? I know that for me, I
Of
can't do it this
course.
weekend because I'll be going to a horse show.
Yeah.
And so I like you
Yeah.
with the 10 pounds, because I had 85 people, I think it was. I mean, I'm still circling back with people. So, I've got,
Yeah.
I've got like pages. I've got 3 pages of that. And, so
Wow.
you want to be able to, and that's all these people are in sneak peek now. So it's a great way, to fill that funnel, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Yep, I will. I will. Our
Perfect.
I will get on that. I'm just waiting for that perfect time that I actually have to get it up and running.
Right. I know. It's
Yeah.
like I said, you have to, and I still have to go back, and I'm going to do that on the drive up tomorrow, but just touching base with all these people that said how many months. I went in, I messaged them already, but I want to, I want to push that post up. So if I go in and I comment on
Yeah.
it, it should push that post up again. So just have to, and I've been kind of watching some of the other leaders to see if they've posted that, and I haven't seen anyone. So
I know. Should
I
I
like to
pave the
copy it.
way or
I know. I would have thought
I'm
Cynthia
okay, here
Evans
it
would
is. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to do it.
got
I'm
to
like,
step
what
out of
is
our comfort
someone
zone.
gonna think? But like, right? Why? Why be afraid? No, I'm afraid. I am afraid to do it. I will. I want to do it. I am gonna do it. But I am also like, okay, we gotta have time to like follow up on all these people.
Yeah.
So, and it seems to have quieted down just slightly, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
It's been
It was.
crazy. You guys know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, March Madness is definitely it's pretty mad, so it's exciting. So we
Yep.
should be
Yep.
running for Vegas.
Yeah. You're gonna hit platinum.
Oh, well, I hope so. That'd be fun. All right. Anything else? Does any of the
You
team want
can
to
do it.
ask Stephanie something? Jerry,
They're like,
Dawn,
we heard
Kim?
her
Hey,
enough.
no, no, I'll ask something. Hey, and then you probably don't know yet. What kind of, so you put the business post out there, the one, the $2,200 or the 20.
In this video, we'll go over how to join a Zoom meeting. When receiving a Zoom invitation, you'll see the join link in the
Kim,
What was that?
I don't know. Kim's
Kim,
having trouble
Kim,
trying to
Kim
get
was
on, so I don't know. So I just muted her phone.
Kim. There was some kind of yeah. Okay, there was some kind of video.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the business post. So if you throw that business post out there that you're looking for 5 people or 3 people or whatever, how do you tell them what to do at first where it doesn't seem so overwhelming? You know what I'm saying? What's that initial message like to say, here, this is what we need to do? Because they got to
Post.
run. Yeah.
Yep. Post and invite. That's what I would say. Post. They need to make a post and they need to invite 200 stats.
Yeah, because you figure we're a week into the month, we're on day 5. So
Yeah, and I think you have to word it like up to $2,100, or
that
I
would
think there's a way to, and then
that would make
explain to
sense.
them, here's how you can here's what you would have to take massive action, book party, make a post, add a sneak peek, you know, you'd have to take massive action. But here, you could even just, if you want to make $800, you can, you know, here, let's just get through the levels and just push them through it.
Yeah. Because the
I'm
22,
guessing.
that's with Extreme Builder too, right? That's with the Extreme
Yep.
Builder. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I don't really know, but I just think like you have to be ready to have massive action. And it's all about who these people are connected to. I'm finding like this one lady, she's just, I don't know. It's everyone she puts in there. They all want to know and they buy right away. And they're like, I want the ultimate. You know, it's just so crazy. But then you have someone else who will add 200 and there's like,
nothing.
You know, barely anything. Yeah. It's just.
Well, and that's, you know, and I know we're running out of time. I see the timer up there. You know, there's an Extreme Builder. I don't know. She's probably 3 levels down from Melissa. Her name's Diana Kaga. And she's on an Extreme Builder. She started in January and she's enrolled like 50 people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But she owns 3 gyms here locally. And she has always had a following of women that did what she told them to do. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I get what you're saying as far as the following that people have, you know, where mine tend to be a little bit skeptical and takes them a while to watch and then they jump on board. So, yeah, it's a little discouraging watching some of them.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, I have a group of friends and they've watched me for 9 years, like best friends. And not one person will do it. In fact, my husband's bestest friend in our wedding, we had dinner with him last night. He's like, are you still doing Singular? How's that going? I'm like, yeah, still am. Still doing that thing.
That thing.
Yep. He's like, it's going okay. It's going well. I'm like, yeah, it's going, still going good. Yeah, busy, growing. You know, it's just
that thing.
It is.
Yeah.
That thing, just doing that little thing over there.
Yeah.
Well, that's encouraging. I mean, as long as you've been here just listening to, you know, that you've had that many that are still just sitting there watching, you know.
Oh yeah.
And some that are jumped on board.
People that were not my not my closest friends. That's for sure. Not in any of my circles.
I think sometimes I do better.
Strangle them.
I know. I think sometimes I do better with people I've never met, though, because you can kind of, you know, I think, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's sometimes not so intimidating.
Yeah.
Well, and you don't want to seem bossy and tell them what to do when they're a friend. You know, I think that's where, you know, you find that issue, or at least I did with my best friend. You know, hey, I'm not, you know, so I don't know. But you did it with Kathleen.
Yeah. Yes. She was very coachable. She was just like, tell me what to do. I'll do it. And I really had no freaking idea because I didn't have anyone who wanted to do the business until her. And I honestly was like, okay, well, you just got to pretend like you do know what to do, you know? Just
fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, gosh. I did. Oh, every 3-way call. It was always a 3-way call because I was like, I don't know the comp plan. I don't know I don't know. Book an event. I'll come down there. I don't know. Do a call, one of those calls. Like, do one of those calls, those transformation calls. Yep, do one of those. We're going to do one of those day 3. Like, I was just figuring it out, you know? Yeah.
Oh, I think we're all figuring it out, and you know, and then it seems like everyone's a little bit different, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys,
Yep.
it's time to wrap this up. But thank you so much, Stephanie. I so appreciate it. And I'm going to take this, and we did record it, so I will be sharing it with the rest of the team. But thank you.
Very cool. Well, thank you guys for having me
Thanks.
again. I'll
Thank
see
you.
Bye-bye,
You're
everyone.
welcome.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.